fight could really be a major fight that a lot of people are looking to see. When did you know that?
When the people start talking, and obviously everybody around try to make this fight. He said, "Look, needs to be big."
This fight doesn't happen if you're never born, right? You made this fight happen. Why this fight?
Not me. It is who behind me.
I like Crawford. Get right to it.
Why?
Because he's like the first time you went from regular TV, which you've been doing a long time, to 3D. He's different. Really, that's the simplest way I can say it.
The collision between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez exploded into a spectacle that shook the boxing world. Even Canelo admitted this challenge was simply too massive to walk away from. At first, he rejected the idea, but the storm of demand from fans across the globe turned the matchup into destiny. When the two champions finally stepped into the same ring, the energy proved this was more than boxing. It was history in motion, a global event no one could miss.
I take this fight because you can see how big is this fight, no? The beginning when they say, "Hey, you thinking about fight Crawford?" I say, never thinking about that. But you can realize how big is this fight, no? Always Mexican versus USA is big. And two of the best pound for pound. I think this fight is huge and means a lot for me.
When did you realize, when did the moment hit you that this fight can really, really be big? This fight can really be a major fight that a lot of people are looking to see. When did you know that?
When the people start talking, and obviously everybody around try to make this fight. He say, "Look, needs to be big, right? Because Netflix, Riyadh season, everybody interested in this fight." So that's when I realized how big is this fight.
Crawford felt like initially you needed some convincing because you thought it was a lose-lose proposition, whereas you're fighting the smaller guy, and if you won, you wouldn't really get any credit for it. Was that what you were thinking?
Yeah, but if you think well, I've been in that position before.
Saudi advisor and chairman Turki Al-Sheikh made it clear after the showdown that this night was never just about boxing. It was about delivering a once-in-a-lifetime spectacle to the world. He stressed how priceless the moment was for fans everywhere, especially with whispers that this could be Terence Crawford's last performance on such a grand stage. For Turki, bringing this bout to life before a global audience carried powerful meaning. It was the union of two legends at their peak, etching a timeless chapter of boxing history for generations to cherish.
My country, my boss, But really, if you look at as a business, this fight will not happen if we are not involved. As Gia, Riyadh sees in Saudi Arabia, this is truth. Because even with what the relationship with Netflix, and we are very happy about it, still this fight costs more and more.
Speaking of cost more and more, for everyone who watches it, everyone already has a Netflix account. So they're not paying anything extra for it.
Yeah.
You, however, are the guy who just paid hundreds of millions of dollars for a pay-per-view fight that you wanted to see. So people like to get their money's worth. What do you want to see from this fight?
First, not what I want to see, what all the people around the world, and you are fans of boxing, want to see. It's take too long, but thanks God, without the support behind me from my government, my leaders, the Crown Prince and the vision, and without the love of the fans, we will stop not complete. This is what push us. This kind of fight, special Canelo Crawford, I want to explain it to you exactly why it is important and the fight of the century. Canelo is the biggest name in boxing now, and Crawford undefeated and have the chance to be undisputed for the third time. Maybe this is the last fight for Crawford, and for Canelo, it's mean a lot for his fan in North America and South America and all the world. He doesn't want to get beating from guy getting up 2-3 weight.
Renowned trainer and analyst Teddy Atlas, appearing alongside ESPN's Stephen A. Smith, didn't hold back when it came to Terence Crawford. Long before the opening bell of this historic clash, Atlas praised Crawford as something boxing had rarely seen. He compared him to the leap from 3D to digital, a metaphor that captured the sharpness, precision, and technological evolution Crawford brings to the sport. According to Atlas, Crawford's adaptability, accuracy, and icy calmness separate him from nearly every other fighter competing today. And when the night finally arrived, those words didn't sound like exaggeration, they felt prophetic. Inside the ring, Crawford showcased why so many experts had placed their trust in him. He shifted effortlessly between orthodox and southpaw, reading Canelo Alvarez's movements within seconds and adjusting with blistering speed. His ability to stay composed under the brightest lights, against one of the most decorated champions of the era, highlighted his growth into a complete fighter. For fans around the world, the performance delivered exactly what Atlas had envisioned. Crawford wasn't just landing punches, he was advancing the craft of boxing itself. In that moment, audiences felt they were witnessing a new chapter in the sport's legacy.
Back in the day, I used Betamax, and then that was good. It was cool. Right. VHS, VCR, all that stuff. I still got them, actually. And all of a sudden, digital came around.
There you go.
He's digital, really. And I'm not knocking Canelo for all the people out there that, want to pull their arrows now and start slinging shots at me. Hey, that's okay. That's fine. But I'm not knocking him. He's a good, solid guy. He's
good, solid guy. He's 63-2, Teddy, and has never been knocked out. And this guy
what's his record?
63-2.
Wait, what's his record?
63-2.
By who's accounting?
What do you mean by who's accounting?
What am I trying to say? There's a couple fights there that you might be able to argue there. Just a little bit.
Okay.
Sudden with Triple G. Just a little bit. A little bit, I mean, you're insulting him a little bit. Like in a movie with De Niro.
I'm not insulting him. I'm pointing out the facts. But here's my point to you, Teddy. He's 63-2.
Lara, how about the Lara fight?
Hold on.
You want to go back further?
Okay. What about Madrimov with Crawford? I'm just saying.
No. He beat Madrimov. He didn't look the way we want him to look.
Okay.
Because stepping up for the first time to that weight class, he didn't look the way that we wanted to say, oh, my God.
Well, stay with me. Let me ask you this question.
And Madrimov was not getting the credit for the kind of fighter that he was.
But let me ask you a question, Teddy Atlas. He didn't look the way you wanted him to look, moving up from 147 to 154. Now he's going from 154 to 2 weight classes to 168 against a guy who's 11-0 at the 168-pound limit and is entering his 12th fight undefeated and has never been knocked out.
Yeah, VHS digital. Did you worry about that jump when you went from VHS to digital? No, you just said we're at digital now, and it looks good. It looks really good, and you look great. No, you do.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You look tremendous.
I'm just saying. Listen, I believe in Crawford too, and I believe that Crawford is one of the top 2 fighters on the planet. But he is moving up 2 weight classes, and when people look at him going up against Canelo, here's what they're saying: he's got to keep his distance. He's got to hit, stick, and move. He can't stay in front of him.
Canelo Alvarez, the legendary 4-division world champion, stepped into the ring with his future already drawn. He has been open about his plan to retire within the next 2 years, confident that he has accomplished nearly every dream a fighter could chase. From unifying world titles to filling massive stadiums, Canelo's legacy is already carved in stone. Yet against Terence Crawford, his performance was not just about proving he still had the tools. It was about etching his name among boxing's immortals. For Canelo, the question was no longer about victories, but about how history will remember him.
I think you'll box.
I don't know, maybe 2 more.
2 more years.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to accomplish that you haven't yet accomplished?
I already accomplished everything.
So
and I did everything in boxing. So I'm fine.
When this is all over for you, maybe in 2 years from now, what do you want to be remembered for?
One of the greatest fighters in the boxing history. That's why I'm here. That's why I start boxing. So I'm doing good.
I think you've already accomplished that.
Yeah.
At the end of it all, this fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez was far more than just punches traded inside the ropes. It was a collision of greatness that reminded the world why boxing still captures hearts like no other sport. Every analyst, every fighter, and every fan had their perspective, but the reality is simple. We witnessed history. Canelo's legacy as a generational figure stood tall, while Crawford pushed the boundaries of skill and courage at the highest level. These 2 warriors gave us a spectacle that will echo for years to come. And now, it's your turn to keep this conversation alive. Smash that subscribe button, hit like, and share this video with every fight fan you know. The legacy continues with you.